Hello, 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 and hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone watching this evening, this morning, this afternoon, wherever you are in the world, watching in the now or in the future. Welcome to the Talking Stick Show. So firstly, I'd like to welcome my incredible friends who I love very much. We have the great, the powerful, the alchemist, Matty Waller. Hello, brother.
Hello, man. Hello, everybody watching. This is going to be a great show.
Thank you for coming on again and sharing this journey with me.
Pleasure. It's my absolute pleasure.
And we have the one and only, all the way from England. We have Laura, Two Feathers, Massey. Hello.
Hi, Dale. Hello. Hi, Matty. Great to be here.
Hey, Laura.
Our guests are hiding. Where have they gone?
Yeah. Put your cameras on, guys.
Put the cameras on, guys. There we go. Popping
There
out
she
left,
is.
right, and centre. I'm going to have to move the logo.
Yeah, that
so it's
darn
not in
talking
there.
stick.
We had Matty in Matty's face last time. Oh, there we go. Joel removed it and I just put it back. Yeah, so Laura, would you like to introduce our guests we have this evening for this incredible special soul surgery show?
Yeah, so I've got my friend, good friend Linda Morris on my right.
Hello.
Okay. This is Lynn, and this is her first time, I believe, having psychic surgery. Is it? Yeah.
Yes,
So
definitely.
Lynn doesn't know anything about it. Matty, you can introduce your guest.
And this is Asan. Is that the way you pronounce it?
You got it, brother.
Yeah, there we go. So this is Asan. Is from the mentorship course with Andrew. He was brave enough to come on literally at the last minute. So we applaud your bravery, sir.
Well, thank
So
you
here
for
is
having
Asan.
me. Not quite
I-
sure what I was signing up for, but I know it's an experience, so I'm ready for it.
Whereabouts in the world are you?
I'm in the eastern part of the United States, here in the Virginia area, Northern Virginia area.
Beautiful.
Oh, welcome. It's great to have you here. And yeah, Lynn, thanks for coming on. And Lynn
Thank you.
is on her shamanic journey because you've just been to a Celtic shamanic course, haven't you?
Yes, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
just the beginning one.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay. So,
I was-
Dale, do you want to tell us a bit about what it is so people
Yeah,
understand what
So
psychic
this
surgery
show is
is?
the first show we've done in this format where we're going to do a soul surgery, psychic surgery treatment and guided treatment for you live this evening. So psychic surgery is something I've been doing for a while. It's something I love and something I'm learning about more and more each day. I'd say over the last, every 6 months, there's just more depth learned of psychic surgery. And it's always opening and expanding our awareness and not being limited by the narrow-minded. So what I'd like to do is go around our guests and ask for their experience of psychic surgery, soul surgery, and what energy healing means for them. So we'll start with yourself, Matty, and we'll pass it on to Laura. Then we'll pass it on to Asan and Lynn, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
So I'll just basically repeat what I just said to you guys a minute ago. I think for me, psychic surgery, it sounds extremely woo-woo, but it's just an expansive term, and it encompasses an unlimited amount of skills, techniques, and ways of operating. What it really means to me is when you have somebody who is a psychic practitioner who has developed themselves through their own personal practice to be able to facilitate and observe that which is in the seen and the unseen to a degree where they can heal themselves and heal others. And then the real skill lies in having an evolving technique, but allowing the universe and spirit to initiate its plan. So oftentimes the ego or the too much structure can get in the way. So I find that a good psychic surgeon is someone who can just sit back and just manage the flow of whatever comes in. So it can be anything. It's not just like healing broken bones or bringing soul bits in and out. It's whatever needs to happen in the moment, and it can encompass an infinite universe. Excuse me.
Beautifully put, bro. And you've got a lot of expansion happening at the moment. You've got quite a few sessions going on. What has it been like for you in the process over the years of how the sessions have changed you?
I think it really just coming to terms with what I just said. Before I was trying to be very scientific about it, and I was trying to figure out what is my MO, what is my MO? How am I going to go about this? How am I going to operate? But it wasn't until, I've really now just allow it. So I don't know what I'm going to do until literally, the other party comes up and I say, hello, how are you? And from that moment, I don't know, but give me 2 minutes into the conversation and I already am downloading all the data and I know exactly what's, well, not exactly, but the thread of what's going to happen. And then I just figure out how I'm going to make it happen and keep that person engaged the whole time. So for me, that's what I'm learning at the moment. And I'm very much learning that there is a plan to all of this, that spirit has a plan. And that when I do a healing on someone or someone was to do a healing on me, then it's preordained, so to speak, without getting too religious about the whole thing. Yeah, definitely. So that's my, as far as techniques and skills go, yeah, I'm going to save that stuff to myself because that's my own private techniques. But I will say yes, that the ability to just look into what the universe wants, what that being has in their plan, what they can handle, what I'm going to be able to give that's going to imprint. These are the skills. Yeah.
Beautiful, brother. And Laura, so from experiencing sessions with you and us doing guided psychic surgery together, it's great seeing you grow and some of the excellent, I'd say like DNA memories you have with psychic surgery, where you did the training a few months ago and I had the case studies and saw what you were writing, and the level of what you were writing and what you're perceiving was just incredible. And it was just like a kind of DNA, like, wow, yeah, you're a fucking natural at it. So what's it been like for you in your psychic surgery process and journeying?
Well, I've loved it, and as you say, it was like a natural transition to move over from Reiki, energy healing, and craniosacral therapy, and it just felt like the third eye bit that was missing. So I've always used my psychic ability. A lot of us do without even knowing, without realizing we're using our psychic ability, don't we? I mean, we do it every day when the phone rings and you sort of know who it is on the end of the phone. That's just a little way in which we're psychic. But if you move that to a client on the table and you start to, one is get both of you deeply relaxed, but focused. So as a practitioner, for me, it's about being very focused, listening to the body's wisdom of your clients and your own body, and trust. So it's trust in your own ability, trust in what you're seeing. Obviously, it's the going in without expectation and allowing a lot of, totally everything that both you and Matty have said. It's being there to bring universal source, to bring that healing energy in for the client. And if they're willing and you've got their permission to go within the body using your the triad of eyes. So the third eye is both our eyes with our heart. So very much from a heart base, bringing, one of the things Dale teaches is bringing your heart to your third eye. And we do sort of the preparation is I think 15 minutes we did of deep breathing beforehand, and it puts you into a very amazing clear-headed space to go in and do the work of the psychic surgery. So yeah, for me, learning it with you, Dal, was just like a very natural process. And for me, it's limitless what you can do. And I'm a newbie on the journey, and I'd like to combine it with other modalities as well, with shamanic healing and so on. Like I think you do that as well, Dale, and probably Matty does as well, using a rattle and stuff like that to clear the sacred space. So I love the way it weaves into other modalities, particularly the shamanic healing. And yeah, it's just fabulous to be here, and I'm looking forward to a lifetime learning about psychic surgery.
Beautiful, Laura. And that's it. When you talk about the trust, and that trust is the next step to being being the Grand Master of psychic surgery is trust. And that's the only thing what stops you from elevating into a state where you can read energy in a natural state without trying to force anything in any way. There was a lot of times where I've had sessions with Andrew and he's pushed me and he's asked me questions. I'm like, what? Fuck, what are you asking me this question? Like, I'm going to have to just get it out. I'm just going to have to throw it out the bag. And it was me being put on the spot over and over again, even not with Andrew, without Andrew, with other sessions as well, just put on that spot and just trusting myself enough to give that answer, not allowing any kind of like strings attached to the answer of expectation, but just a full knowingness and a trust that I am a grandmaster at this healing, and so is everyone else when they choose to be. And that it all comes down to choice, all comes down to self-mastery. And like Laura said, when you're breathing before the session, and Matty does this as well, you're allowing high energy to come into you. You're allowing a space where the third eye starts clearing. And this is a great technique for all of those who can't do aura reading or do aura scanning. Do breath work for 15 minutes, then close your eyes and look at the auric field, and you probably will be able to see the state of the aura and how the different lines and colours kind of interact. And that was one of the reasons why I had breath work in the psychic surgery training itself, because it naturally allows you to go into the body. It naturally allows you to clear the mind, clear the spirit. So you're going in with full power without the doubt and the hesitation of programs taking over. So it was great for me to see and expand through that. So in sessions, I'll be doing deep breath work, not loads, but quite a lot in there. Then I'll be closing my eyes and I'll be looking around the auric field with my third eye, and I'll kind of be playing around my hands and stuff like that. It's phenomenal. And again, I think I'm chipping into the surface of psychic surgery, and I'm just getting further and further into more and more different aspects of it. And to see Laura, Matty, and so many great people, great healers, Andrew, doing different forms of psychic surgery all the time. So we'll get Lynn. What's your experience with? And in fact, before I get you in, Lynn, I just want to answer this question from Sarah. What is the difference with Reiki and psychic surgery? Realistically, Reiki is psychic surgery, but it's just the basic form of psychic surgery where you're using just one kind of, I'd say, focus. One focus is the Shokugei, the Daikumo. You're allowing that focus to change the energy with the alchemy. But psychic surgery, I'd say it is a form of psychic surgery, but the psychic surgery is beyond Reiki, being able to go into different spaces and so on. So Lynn, how are we doing, and what's your experience with energy healing and understanding of psychic surgery?
Well, I haven't had any hands-on, but my background is nursing, and from there on, I was a mixologist and started doing a degree in psychotherapy, which I didn't finish. I've always been interested in Eastern philosophy and shamanism and systems, and I really believe that whatever force, just like me as a nurse or as a counsellor, the out the way, which is what you're talking about with the breath, so that you completely can focus. And I very much believe that it's the energy between relationship that's often the healing modality, rather than what I'm talking about Western medicine. I think the two people and facilitating that healing by being there for them, open to them and knowing what they need is just as healing as any medicine that you can give them. So that's really where I'm coming from. I've read a lot about psychic surgery, but any hands-on experience.
Beautiful, thank you, Lynn. And Asan, how are we doing? What's your experience with psychic surgery or Reiki energy healing?
So psychic surgery, I first encountered it to Andrew, and that was a few years ago, and that was my first introduction to it. And thank you all for sharing your beautiful stories, because it really shows how on your way to seeking the unlimited point of view, you were able to get in your tool bag, so to speak, and discover all these wonderful skills that you're able to now take to the next level of self mastery, and that's great to see for sure. So that's been my experience with it, really centered around a lot of the material that Andrew has shared around psychic surgery. So obviously, I've heard you guys talk about it quite a few times. So I'm really looking forward to experiencing more of it firsthand, for sure.
Incredible, brother. Thank you for sharing. And just a few tools and techniques we can start with this evening by asking yourself questions. Ask the body what's out of alignment. Ask the body what it needs. Go into all parts of the muscles and use the testing. And this is just some things you can do this evening, is start scanning your own body and just asking the body questions and just noticing how much trust you have with yourself, and having that as a marker point for going forward with psychic surgery. So we'll begin. Matty, do you want to say anything else before we start?
The only thing I will say is, with regards to healing, there's always a healer and a healee, and they are in equal co-creation with the universe. And the healing is only ever as potent as the healee. So that's something to remember. You could have a very advanced practitioner, but if the person who's getting healed isn't letting the healing in, or isn't being honest with themselves, or the programs are out blocking honest answers, there's only so much a healer can do. I just thought that had to be mentioned, because you can be the greatest healer in the world, but if you've got someone who's just digging their heels in saying, there's nothing you can do.
Beautiful, brother. So shall we begin? Who are we going to start with? Should we start with you, Lynn? Yeah, I think that will probably be the best. So, Laura, what I'm going to ask you to do is take Lynn into a place, a rejuvenation place, a place where she can relax and let down. And we'll kind of just go from there and going with the flow of the spirit, the flow of the energy, and the flow of the healing.
Okay, Lynn. So just make yourself nice and comfortable, and we don't have time to do the 15 minutes breathing, but let's take a few deep breaths, both of us together, and everyone settle with the energies that we're sharing and the energies that we're co-creating here. I'm going to open up a sacred dreamtime rejuvenation space for us to work in. So first of all, we're going to call in the 7 directions of north, of south, of east and west, above, below and within. Also, I like to call in the 4 winds, who will take away any heavy density, and call in our guides and our guardians and our ancestors into this dreamtime rejuvenation place. We're just going to keep breathing very deeply and getting the body to relax, letting go of everything, letting go of the day, letting go of any expectations, anything you think should happen, and opening ourselves, all of us here, opening ourselves up to the infinite potentialities that this mode of healing is bringing, and remembering it's not an instant gratification. Healing is a process, and this will carry on for some time. And as it's a rejuvenation healing, Lynn, if you can see imagine yourself as a fetus, curled up, all warm and safe, and see that fetus in a womb. And when we see ourselves as a fetus in our mother's womb, that is our greatest connection to the divine. And sit with that lovely, warm, comfortable feeling. Sorry,
So
Dan.
just as you're saying here, just to kind of go over what I'm doing, guys, I'm currently being drawn straight to her brain, where she has a lot of shadow in the right corner of her brain, and it's seeping through to the left side of the brain as well. So what I'm doing now is I'm fortifying and clearing the brain, allowing the right brain to coordinate with the left brain, and so on and so forth, and bringing in different areas and aspects of light within that. I'm picking this up from doubt, for a lot of doubt within the life about herself and how great she is. So I'm just in the brain at the moment, just clearing this out.
Okay.
Go ahead, Laura.
So
Okay.
I didn't realise we were. So what I'm also for me. So I picked up something that's in the lower intestine at the top, just kind of below the rib cage. Some energy in there, and I haven't investigated because I wasn't sure if we were supposed to be investigating yet or not. So what I'm going to do while Laura and Dale are doing their thing is I'm going to go in there and investigate this, and then I'll just get a feel for her whole energy system, the way the energy's flowing, and just see where the blockages are.
Okay, Lynn, I'd like you just to go down and picture your heart as well, beating away in line with Earth Mother. For we are Earth connected. We aren't of the false light hologram. In this dream space here, rejuvenation dream space, with the fetus in our mother's womb, heart connected, we are very much connected to Earth's healing energies too.
So I'm now fortifying the brain with clarity and clearing all of the old negative libraries out of the brain and refortifying the brain with crystalline frequency. I am now seeing and clearing this shadow and expanding the light brighter and brighter into the right brain, then through into the left brain, until the shadow disappears and clears, just adding more and more clarity onto this. Shimbo achile kumbawachi, shimbo achile kuachi na lokaki lokumbawanya gunge chakaka bawachi. So I'm just going in, I'm just removing this dense frequency from the right brain itself. I'm finding the light as well. So I'm just putting that out really slowly. So when you're taking out energy as well, or denser, darker energy, you don't want to do it fast. You want to do it really gentle. A lot of people really go fast and rip it out, but you have to take your time with it. Go ahead, Matty and Laura, whatever you want to shibok you.
So I was dealing with a Dreamtime entity. Sometimes I see these within the energy system itself, and other times I have to go into the dream world. Sometimes there's both. That was the case of this one. But there's a little bit like Dale was just saying, sometimes you've got to be careful because you get a lot of scarring within the aura. So that's what I'm just working on now. Down in the abdomen, just below the rib cage on the left hand side, there's just some movement going there, and I'm just trying to move this energy out from this this ailment that was there.
Okay, I'm going to hold space for both of you guys to do that at the moment, because I'm going to set up a grounding light that I'm going to share with Lynn now. So I'm visualizing bright white light coming out bottom of my feet. I'm extending that to Lynn, up through Lynn's feet, to keep Lynn grounded and in this sacred dream time space with me. I'm also visualizing lights up her chakras and up mine, and we're going to have a light each side of each chakra, which is sort of interconnected, intertwined. I like to use an infinity symbol to link them, and I'm lighting up with bright white light at the moment, each chakra working up her body and mine.
So as well, I'm seeing and picking up, it's like a little parasitic, I wouldn't say it's not an entity and attachment, it's just like a psychic like cyst on her left foot. And this is just regularly picked up and this is starting to come into your energy field itself, trying to slowly make its way in. It's just in the left foot. Shibaki koe talako achi ngabawachi sumbachi leko acha. So what I'm doing now is I'm extending and asking for 50 hands to come out my back, and I'm going to go grab this parasite, this little parasitic thing in the leg, stop it. It's like stopping you from grounding as well.
Yeah, I'm going to jump
Just
in with you as well.
it really. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Go on, you do the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to add to the omnipresence of light around by calling in Lynn's psychic surgeons and my own psychic surgeons to assist with the balancing of Lynn's energy field and Lynn's body energies. Continuing to make sure the chakras are aligned, checking that the light flowing through my feet into Earth Mother is connected to Lynn, that it's bright and forceful and up through her chakras. It's a bright white shining light, so we are connected and we are grounded in this process.
And those in the audience and watching as well, if you're picking up anything in this session and want to add anything, just feel free to drop in the comments what you're picking up in this healing space. So what I'd like you to do now, Lynn, is I'd like you to picture a waterfall coming from your heart through a tendril into your liver, and just start flushing the heart through the tendril into the liver, then down into the liver. The liver's very overloaded with stress. I highly recommend at some point to do a liver cleanse. It's overloaded with different forms of information and just some really old nasty stress, which I'm now allowing you to be able to work on yourself as well through this. So just allow a stream of waterfall coming from the heart, follow it through a tendril into the liver and into the kidneys as well.
Okay, and so for the benefit of the people at home, this is the first time we've done this concept here like this together. So as we were working independently there, what's kind of happened now is my energies have gone into what Dale is doing. And so I'm here now facilitating and assisting him. It just was the natural process, what I talked about in the beginning, where spirit always has a plan.
Okay, Lynn, I want you to reconnect yourself fully with your heart again. Keep that vision of the fetus, yourself as a fetus in your mother's womb. I'm continuing to share the grounded light with you, the chakra lights, creating this omnipresence field of protection and unconditional love.
Laura, would it be possible to take her into a contrarification of clearing her throat out? And we'll do some focusing on the throat, because I'm feeling a lot of resistance in her throat. It's like there's 1,000 frogs stuck in her throat and she's not able to. It might be a great idea for you to take her, do a throat clearing revocation,
Yeah,
and
sure.
we can all...
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to just repeat after me, Lynn, out loud? Because you have to be the one to say this. So there's no rush. We'll just do this in your time because I know you're relaxed now. So I, in this ever-present moment of now,
I, in this ever-present moment of now,
recognize myself as a divine feminine.
recognize divine feminine,
And I sit in the seat of my heart
and I sit in the seat of my heart
and pull my full divine presence
and pull my full
I am self
I am self
down into my body.
my body,
So I am grounded to Earth Mother.
to Earth Mother.
I take my heart to my throat.
I take my heart to my throat.
I take the left and right hemispheres of my brain to my throat.
I take the left and my brain to my throat.
And this is my voice.
And this is my voice.
For my voice does not operate
My voice does not operate
from my mind alone.
my mind alone.
So take some deep breaths, Lynn, and just sit with that for a minute. That
Maha
vision.
jikoing, gadi batachilia la maha, sagilia la maha lil, songariki bachinkelia hill, sagilia la matiki hillaha, songariki bichikilia mahajichuku halil hill, soko hodukum, songarabiti hilla, nagati hill.
I now ask
Ask
my ancestors and my psychic surgeon team
and my
to come in and assist with the clearing
to come in and assist with the clearing
of my throat chakra.
of my throat chakra.
And I see very powerful waterfall energies
very powerful waterfall energies
washing through my throat chakra,
washing through my throat chakra,
clearing out anything
clearing out anything
holding me back
holding me back
from my greatest potentialities.
from my greatest
So I'm picking up as well, there seems to be a water element and there seems to be a lack of water, which is really needing in you at the moment. So I'd like you now is to just envision a waterfall just coming out the right brain and left brain. And I'd like you to envision it going down to the feet, connecting the brain to the feet and going out the feet as well. And I'd like you to give this waterfall colour of green. They're just allowing it to flow through the brain, all the way down through the throat, the lungs, the heart, down to the feet. Then now transforming this to blue.
Dale, can you see that the energy is going into the right leg? Can you see that it's not running properly? It's going.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's redirect it. Ooh.
So as this is clearing,
It's like the right leg's filled up.
Yeah.
One size,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
like it's overfull the cup on the right, and it's not good.
Did you feel that when it breached that barrier like
Yeah.
that? That's going to do it the
Yeah.
greatest good. So I'm just gonna work on the lower chakras now. I'm gonna bring the sacrum, just get that spinning properly, and then go down to the root chakra and just have a look at what conditions, see what's causing this misdirection of energy. I've got a feeling it's something to do with the spine. I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to continue to work with Lynn on the throat chakra because there's a bit more to clear there, isn't there?
What might be cool as well is while you're doing that, because it feels like the throat chakra is disaligned in some way through the spinal column. So is it the C1 or that area is trying to connect that spine to the chakra and get them stuck together
the
again?
synapses, yeah.
Yes,
Needs
yes, yes.
realigning, yeah. Okay. Okay, then, so we'll carry on saying, I now announce, using my heart, mind, voice, that I am fully present in my body, as a divine feminine being, choosing sovereignty this lifetime and all lifetimes, on every dimension, time stream and galaxy, I exist on. I no longer take on the projections of others. The projections of others. And I use my voice to declare my boundaries. As of what I will and will not accept in my energy field.
And I'd like you now is to connect to you at the age of 5. And there's different ages coming up for you, 5, 8 and 12. And these versions of you, and the inner child was not able to talk or able to speak up and really speak their own truth. Allow them to really say what they thought. So I'd like you to get a version of you at 5 and the version of you at 8 in front of you and 12. And I'd like you is just to start pulsing white light into their throat. And I'd like you to tell them they can talk now. And you are seeing them with your own eyes and your own love. As you're going back and doing this past work. Because this is distorting you from when you were younger, when you weren't able to talk. It's still having an effect on you in the now. So we're going back to this memory with our own trust to be able to clear. And how do you feel, Lynn, as you're connecting to these past versions of you? What does it feel like?
I'm having trouble connecting. Well, I can visualise it better than the 5-year-old. And the 12-year-old I've got quite well. I feel sad for the 5-year-old, but
So now focusing on the 5-year-old, let's just focus on the 5-year-old first. So what is the 5-year-old saying to you? And it can be feelings, you don't have...
She's frightened.
What is she frightened about?
just because everybody seems so big and loud, I think.
Matty, do you want to step in and do some steps on this?
Yeah, so what's her environment like around her? Is it just loud, noisy, big people everywhere, adult problems? Explain to me what she's going through.
My mum was in and out of hospital a lot when I was younger, and I was too young to stay at home with my dad, so I was often babysat, I suppose, or stayed with various relatives or friends. Well,
There's that fear. Okay, how far would you want to take this, Dale?
Wherever you want to take it, brother.
Okay, so when we enter into these spaces, we have a responsibility to return. This is never once and done, but sometimes there can be moments where a lot of energy is moved and cleared. And then we just have to go and upkeep. So this is going to be slightly hard for you now, Linda, because there are other issues here. But I want you to just focus now. And I want you to see that little girl in front of you. I want to see her seated in exactly the clothes that she would be wearing around that time. And I want you to feel the deepest emotions that you can feel. I want you to really feel the love for this child. No judgments. The kind of love this child wants. Just to be around somebody who truly loves them. And I want you to see her come and sit on your lap. And I want you to stroke her hair and touch her face. And I want you to tell her your story. Not all of it, just the good bits. You can keep this internal, Linda. Just explain to her the good things you've been through, what you learn, and the world's not so loud anymore. There is safety, there is security, there is routine, there is comfort. And just show her snippets of your life, the best bits.
And I'm now connecting to the 5-year-old self as I'm seeing it, and connecting to the 5-year-old version of you and speaking to her. It seems like there's a knot all around you. It's like a knot I can see. It's like it's just basically a rope which is knotted in all different directions in the dreaming world. And I'm picking up a lot of negative dream space in the time of 5. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to start clearing this dream world, and it'd be great if Matty, Laura, if you want to add some light language to start clearing these dream worlds out. And what we're going to do with our own essence and awareness is go back and fortify and allow this child to have a natural dream space, allowing them to have the natural cycle, the natural way, the source connection back. And this is some of the great things you can do in psychic surgery. You can go back and do this.
So what we're actually doing now is we've got a being of the now and a being of the past, and we're bringing them now into this mighty I am present moment, and we're bringing a healing to both of them. So this is a real healing. This is time traveling, live time traveling. Okay, so Linda, so I want you to hold that image of that child, and I want you to hold both of her hands, and I want you to rest your forehead on her forehead, and I want you to tell her that you love her and that everything's going to be all right, and that you're going to return through time to heal her.
And I'd like you to say to her is, I am giving you the natural dream space back. I'm giving you this back to you. and just look at her directly in the eyes. I am here coming back to you because I love you. You're not alone. You've never been alone. And I am now seeding this source connection back into you. And I'd like you to see her just envisioning the grandfather sun just coming into her whole body, encompassing her, clearing out the old negative dream spaces, clearing out all the old entities and ghosts which are manipulating you. But now these portals are closed from any negative frequency, any ghosts, parasites to interact with you. And we are clearing these, closing the portals down, overlaying it with an infinite amount of oceans, crashing each and every system, every construct which was created around you to give you false hope. You are given the natural dream space back to fortify that within your past self. Place them on the lap. Hug them.
Mahajikoel. Sadi Jikabilia Maha. Naide Betel Chalia Maguanga. Tagitata. Sohoma Jikalia Baka. Gorikela Manta Cochikele de Bitikingi. So Kitichilia Matikilia Makatilia Maha. Basongoel. Songa de Chikalia Makahala. Sangati Chiliel. So artikela madet chik ukumbadi chikilia u artik elemel ukuskumbartik umbuk umbushtik inge.
And still the grounded light glows bright white, connecting us, Lynn, so you are in a safe place, connecting your 5-year-old you as well, and your chakra lights glow with this bright white light too. And on the 5-year-old you, your younger versions are sharing this grounded white light. This omnipresent field of unconditional love is surrounding you. More and more of your ancestors, I feel them now coming in. They haven't been able to get in before quite so well as they can now. A lot of density has been cleared. They are really coming on very, very strong. For me now, for you, here for you. There's a tremendous wow. They seem to have been held out, Dale. There's something I'm feeling that they haven't been able to come through before. There's been things blocking in the dream space. And now I'm feeling the Aurora Borealis, so your northern ancestors and your future ancestors in the south.
And there's a lot of ancestral karma as well from the father's side, interacting with her at a young age. It's really quite palpably powerful. The good, true and beautiful ancestral connection that's been thwarted from coming in before. I don't know if that's what you're feeling, guys, but that is
Yeah, there's a lot of going on in the dream world that I'm just observing this part in the gut and just watching that and seeing the energy move from there. This is this scarring I was talking about. As you're discussing this and you're bringing up this ancestral connection, the scarring is being worked on.
So I'd like you now is to envision a rainbow light flushing your pericardium. Then allow this rainbow light then to go into the heart, then to slowly come out the throat until it's pouring out. So just envisioning like a water, just a fountain of energy coming from the heart, the pericardium, pulsing up out the throat constantly. And this is clearing out old, dense memories of times where you are not able to talk. And now the ancestors can hear you.
Oh, look at this, coming out like brown sludge.
having to really increase this this glowing white grounded light here, and the light up the chakras, because there's so much going on here.
There is a lot going on at once. There is a lot. The energy's balancing out in the lower parts of the body now as well, so that the energy's flowing a lot better. There's still a lot of catch up to be played on the left leg. You're picking up on that, Dale.
Yeah.
But it all seems to be flowing in the right direction now. It's just going to take a little bit of time to work its way into balance.
So I'd like you as well is to focus on the feet. And I'd like you, with your intention, is just bringing a blue light from the feet, from below, into the muscles of the feet, into the legs, all the way up the body. And just allow a pulse, and just allow acceptance to be brought back to you. Acceptance to the land you stand upon. And this earth energy has been wanting to come in to you for a long time. This natural essence of grounding. And bring this blue frequency through the meridians as well. And just allow it to pulse and pulse and pulse. And layers upon layers of old. And even say to yourself, I now accept the earth mother frequency into me, into my womb space. I am an ancestor. This is my birthright, to experience and be grounded in the body and not to be kicked out. And as we go ahead, sorry, Laura.
I was just going to say, there's a feeling that this has been kept a long time from you, Lynn, that this is way overdue, that some of your rites of passage have been denied you, some of this natural co-creating with Earth Mother. So I feel that very much flowing through, especially from the ancestors of the North.
So let's do something about that. Nali William, Nali Aloyam, Sungari Chinkelia Makungwali Til, Sangali Boko Halile Mako Chinken, Sakali la Machinkel, Don Nogati Chile Makilia, Sokatili la Maha, Sakilia le Machinkelia la Makongo Hungaka, Sakati Kelia Lehel, Sunquati Chakala. Nora Kahile Moko, o Conto Corti Bello, Sunquati Cielo, Mahilel, Soko Otoko Ortico Dahile, Nadawa.
So just the last few minutes on this. Shibakiku Achi Lakumbawachi. So I'm drawn to bring in some natural earth energy into the pericardium itself. So I'd like you now is just to envision seeds being placed in the pericardium from you, and just allow these seeds to grow. And this is a new growth in the pericardium, clearing out the old negative waters. And I'd like you to envision a forest in the pericardium, a forest which just stretches for miles and miles, giving you this natural earth element into the pericardium itself. And I'd like you now is to envision like a spider web without causing you fear. But this spider web is connecting the natural energy going into the pericardium as well. Just charging and charging. And just charging your batteries. And this is you accepting the elements of natural way, natural living. And just breathe, relax. How are you feeling, Lynn?
I'm feeling fine. You strange sensations when you were doing things. Initially, when you felt, I did feel a bit almost lightheaded. You're saying about my left foot, when I had CST with Laura, she picked up there was something going on with my left foot. I think wrong with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. So
So
have
we
you
just
got any
now-
more, any more light
Sorry,
there,
Laura.
Lynn? Have you got any, without
Sorry?
disturbing yourself, have you got any more light in your room? We can't see you now,
you're in
but
the
without
darkness.
disturbing yourself too much.
It's all right, I'll put the light on.
Yeah.
And those in the audience as well, how is that for you? Just witnessing this space
We haven't
Go
quite finished,
put a
Lynn, but
comment.
yeah.
in the chat and see how it is for you. And if you've got any questions as well, feel free to drop those questions in.
Yeah, and just relax there. Are we at the stage where you'd like me to go through and light up the chakra light colours, Dale?
What? Yeah, if you want to do that. So we'll have another 5 minutes and we'll have to get Asan
No,
on.
after, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, what I was just going to do as well is just bring, Lynn, if you could picture some gold energy pouring into your crown chakra, around your left and right hemispheres of your brain, down the back of your head and into C1, into Atlas and axis, winding round into C3. This is a bit quicker than I would normally do it. C4. Just picture it like a thick gold healing energy, and it's wiping out any regression, suspension, wiping out any doubt, anything holding you back, overwriting all other colours. This gold energy is going all the way down now. Particularly want you to spend just a bit of time picturing it round your Atlas and axis, then on to C3 and C4, C5, C6 and C7, and see it all soaked in beautiful golden energy. And as it soaks and goes round all the spinal processes, it's clearing and pulling out anything that is out of alignment. And while you're lying there and the guys are doing their bit, you can take it all the way down your spine. I don't have time, I don't think, to do that now, but it's something you can do later, is this gold healing and just seeing it releasing everything.
She's fully engaged. I'm just watching. She's fully engaged.
Taking it all the way down your spine. And you can bring as much of that in as you like. It's infinite golden healing energy. And see it gaining in motion as well. All the way through T1 and T2. T3, T4, T5, the great
Feel that
gateway
go.
of T6, opening up that great thoracic valley, filling that lake there. T7, T8, T9, T10, T11, T12. So that's flowing all the way down, releasing tension.
There was something in the back left of the shoulder, and just as you got to that point, I felt it release. It was something I was going to bring up, but obviously we can't do everything all in one session. But
Yeah, this is the
Just saw
thing,
that
but
happen,
we've
yeah.
done quite a lot, haven't we? Keep following that down, then you know your spine. 1 to 5 and the sacrum. And if you want, you can take the gold energy all the way back up again as well. So it joins your tailbone to your brain, because bits of us do get disconnected.
Can I just say as well, Amy, incredible comment. These sessions as well are multidimensional, so not just for Lynn, for all of those out there can have the psychic surgery happen as well. Incredible sister.
Okay, we've hit the hour.
So just allowing yourself now, Lynn, is just to come back into the space, just bringing your awareness into the now.
Thank you
How
very
are you
much.
feeling? And my pleasure, and everyone's pleasure. What an incredible session.
Got a nice lot of
You
colour in
picked
your
up at
cheeks.
this one, which I'm aware there's the issues there, and clearing in my voice, clearing a bit when you're working on my throat. Thank you very much.
And it would be great to have an ongoing process, Lynn, of clearing your throat in the future. Have a process where you're doing, I'd say, working with water on regularly clearing the throat. And at times where you feel like you well up or you can't speak, maybe like once a week in the next 4 weeks, just doing some real deep throat clearing. And I'd highly recommend to do some talking to the fire as well, and start speaking your story out from when you were a child, and start saying all the times when you were unable to heard, and you'll start unlocking even more of your throat. And I feel like you're at that starting point now where we've cleared it, but the next layer is for you then to go on and do the work itself and go into those memories itself slowly and start just expelling all of this dense frequency out from the past. Did you ever feel constricted in speaking certain truths or anything like that in your life?
Well, I just used to from not speaking now, I think, to being really, really angry, and then expressing myself in the wrong way, and then.
Yep. So, Lynn, what you're going to have to do when Dale's talking about telling your story to the fire, super duper important for you to begin that process. But the trick for you is going to be emotion. It's going to be actually feeling the emotions that you've felt throughout your life and allowing them to actually manifest as actual somatic releases, actual releases. You want to cry, to laugh. Your emotion is down. It's gone right down to like a level 1. And there's virtually nothing that can trigger an emotional response from you. And if you're going to clear this energy and begin to express yourself internally, externally, that's got to change. You're going to have to figure out a way to do that, okay? Okay.
I think it's interesting, guys, Lynn, that we're talking about you hearing your own voice and getting that projection, and all the time our internet keeps cutting out, so we aren't
I noticed that as well. I was like,
we're not hearing
the voice was cutting out.
Yeah, we're not hearing a powerful voice yet because of the internet. That's interesting how everything is interconnected. Thanks, Lynn. That was
Thank you.
wow. Wasn't it? Okay,
So
I'm pulling away just so people know from a teaching point of view, Dale. I'm now closing down the chakra lights and putting back the grounded light that we share, and also very important to close the sacred space and thank the ancestors of the 7 directions, the 4 winds, the ancestors, the psychic surgeons, and so on, everyone who came in, everybody here who co-created and shared the energies with Lynn. And we now close the sacred space. Thank you. Aho.
Okay.
Aho, mofos.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You just can't help yourself, can you? You can't help yourself. Okay. Quick sip of water.
So it's interesting to watch everybody's process and the way they do things. So just for the viewers at home. So when you see me, what I do is when I'm just sat there, I can feel everything that's going on inside her body. And then what I can do is I can move in, investigate, and then open up and go in. But when you see at the end, you'll see me give back the energy and then cut the umbilical cord. And that's me giving them back their energy and cutting the cord between her and I.
Beautiful, brother. And that's it. And the healing space which was created is the level of trust and chemistry between us all, and how easy it was for us to go from one layer to the next layer. Laura to say something, Mike to say something, me to say something. We were basically just reading the moment, the healing energy for what's needed in the healing energy at the moment at the time. And it's kind of like reading into a course of what to do next, right? What's needed, and all the time there will be you being able to read the healing energy for what is needed. Sometimes a lot of people can be so structured in sessions. Sometimes it's great if someone wants to come with you for a specific reason and you have a bit of structure to do that. But having for what is available in the moment and what's needed in the moment is one of the greatest things you can do as a psychic surgeon. And just allowing the toolbox to open up, whatever's needed in the moment. And if you need to go past, you need to go past. If you need to go future, you need to go future. Anything to add to that, Matty?
No, that's exactly. Well, I would say it's the multidimensional aspect of it that gives it such power, because sometimes somebody may come to you having a particular issue in their now moment, but when we look at it, we see some problems or some issues, and they could be like, from 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago. But it's just difficult to put those pieces together. So from a surgeon's perspective, it's quite easy to read that energy and to see where these links are. I didn't really explain that very well.
No, you explained it really well, man.
I'm looking forward to getting on to...
Well, Dale, I was just
next
going to say that. It was just wonderful to see you all working together so well. And it added a different perspective to the experience there as you were taking turns and all working with each other. It brought up the whole perspective of the universe working for you, for healing. It was phenomenal. It was beautiful to see.
That's great.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
It comes in all different ways and forms as well. I often get smells. So while I'm doing the surgery on people, I'll get certain smells from childhood, and with Lynn I could smell all kinds of cooking and things that were going on. So it comes in all different types of package, and you've just got to kind of like put it together and make it work.
All those celestial frequencies there.
Yes, exactly.
we each have our own aspect which we're particularly in tune with. So for me, the ancestors flowing in nearly bowled me over. The energy that had been kept out and Lynn now has access to. They honestly nearly shifted me out of my seat.
That's good.
Yeah, brilliant.
Brilliant. So
Okay.
we now
Next
go
victim.
forward. Hello, Hassan.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Absolutely.
So let's take it away, guys. So as well in the chat as well, I really we appreciate the feedback. Any questions at all you have about psychic surgery or anything you're unsure about, just drop it in the chat and we will get back to the comments as well. And while we're doing the session with Hassan, just have a feel. What can you feel? What are you picking up what we're doing? A very cool skill is to be able to perceive what's going on in the psychic surgery session itself. It's something I've expanded on in the last year, where I'm able to see people do psychic surgery work and I'm able to see what they're doing. I'm able to perceive what's actually going on. So see if you can do that. So as we're doing this healing, see if you can pick up what Matty's doing, pick up what I'm doing, pick up what Laura's doing. See if you can get an aspect of what's really going on and seeing that unlimited multidimensional point of view. So let us begin.
Yeah, I'm already in there. Laura,
I'm already in. He's jumped in. He's in the water already.
Laura, look into his ancestral lineage. Look into the African lineage.
So Laura,
That's
with your
quite
incredible
powerful
words,
stuff. Yes.
would you like to take it away?
Take us away. Okay, Sam. Let's just relax. Let's take some few deep breaths, deep as we can, all the way down to the abdomen. And sink deeper into your chair. And that's it. And feel, okay, wherever you're touching the chair or wherever you're sat, feel it's like you're sinking into sand, something that is supportive yet soft. And we're creating a space where you're well supported. I've turned on a bright white light coming out of the bottom of my feet through yours, so we are sharing this grounding energy, this grounding light which is going deep into Earth Mother, our natural co-creator in this space. So we're now going to open the dream world rejuvenation dream world space. And again, I'm going to take you to your greatest connection to the divine, which is yourself as a fetus in your mother's womb, held warm and comfortable in that sac of amniotic fluid, cold. And we're going to call in sacred space with the help of the ancestors of the north, of the south, the east and the west, above, below and within. We're calling in the breath of the four winds. We're calling in our good, true and beautiful ancestors, guides and guardians and angels. We're shining this omnipresent, bright white light around you, lighting up the jewel chakra, lights all the way up your body, yours and mine. The grounded light is on. You're not in a good space, safe of unconditional love. We've opened sacred space. Okay, guys.
So straight away I'm going to the adrenal glands, as the adrenal glands are overloaded. I'm now impressing the now frequency into these adrenal glands. I'm allowing the adrenal glands not to be switched on, only to be switched on in terms of danger, physical danger. I'm now bringing clearing frequency into the adrenal glands, into the kidneys, from not being overloaded. And this is something you've taken on from your parents, is the overuse of the adrenal glands. I'm now bringing this calmness frequency into them. And so straight away I'm picked up going from your feet into the spine. There's not enough light in your spine. So I'm going to be doing a clearing, going and following the feet through the tendrils into the spine. And I'm going to be flushing and clearing light up the spine. And I'm also picking up as well the heart. There seems to be a lot of pain in the heart.
Yep.
And this is, I feel, connected to the mother. And there's a lot of mothers overlaying energy within the heart itself, or memory. Or could I just ask what the relationship like with your mother was like?
The relationship, it's definitely a much more in-depth and honest and open relationship. It was more of a shorter relationship, a little impatience at times that maybe shut off some letting go or some expressing of certain emotions. I would say.
I have to say, man, you're in pretty good shape energetically. I can tell that you do a lot of work. You're in pretty good shape. Yeah.
You have some very good ancestral connections too,
Yeah.
which you know that. You know that. You already work with your ancestors, particularly in dream time. You're a dream time ancestral shaman.
Nice one, Dale.
So I'm just literally in the feet now, pulsing different lights into the feet in different variations. And picking up like a green colour in the feet and just seeing your aura, your body. Shibachi no me hombawachi wa chakue shakua Then I'm just going now up the feet, up the shin, into the knees, and through up. And I'm just connecting. So I've been drawn and I need to connect the feet to the spine. And as I connect the feet to the spine, then going up the spinal column itself and increasing the volume of light, there seems to be a bit of shadow in the spine. So I'm just now going up from the feet, connecting it to the tailbone. So I'd like you now is just to envision a storm in your tailbone. And I'd like you to envision a lightning strike going into the tailbone, then a storm energy going down the feet, with lightning going from the tailbone down into the feet. And this storm energy is just connecting the feet to the tailbone. Shimbawachi ngakubawachi le sukaka wachi. Ask now 30 of my hands to come out and just start adding more crystalline light into the tailbone and into the feet itself. Just picking up as well, there's some impatient frequency from this disalignment. So just going down to the feet. Wow.
Yeah, good job, Dale. Good job.
Very high energy, this.
Yeah.
So Laura, would you be able to do the spine? Go down the spine, and I'll meet you. I'll meet you. I'll start at the bottom, or do you go from the top?
Do you want
the
to
perspective
talk it
everybody
through,
else.
Are we just going to do
Yeah,
it?
you can talk it through if you want, and we'll
Okay.
we'll do it on top of it. Yeah.
All right. The
Because
other
it's
thing
interesting
I'm just,
for the viewers as well
Yeah,
to see what's going on, you know.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just also increasing that white light into the feet, because what I'm getting with the saint's feet is he's always walking. He's like a Dreamtime explorer. His feet are always going. Can you feel that, guys? Like his feet are very active.
Yes.
What am I picking up there? Walking. I'm just feeling
I'd
walking.
say you're picking up motivation. Like he's very
Right, okay.
motivated in his journey.
And there's
Right,
huge
okay,
amounts of
that's what it
energy
is.
in his base chakra.
Okay.
Huge amounts of energy.
And I think this connects to the impatience as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
the
going to say they're
frustration.
not sitting still or continually moving. His feet are
Yes.
continually moving because I'm trying to put the white light there. And yeah, okay. So, Asane, if you'd like to picture this beautiful golden energy now, it's formed a ball over your crown chakra, and put it in to the left and right hemispheres of your brain, and see it swirling around your brain, overwriting any other colour, overwriting the red and the blue, and then down the back of your head and behind your eyes, and then take it down to your atlas. That's where your spine joins your head and into your axis. So see this thick golden ribbon-like luscious golden healing winding its way down. C1, C2, C3, C4, and it's gaining traction. C5, C6, C7. It's building up all the time. Luscious, thick, golden energy, overwriting any other colours. Down into T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6 is that great gateway into the thoracic valley. It's flooding and overflowing in the valley, soaking the whole spine, all the spinal processes. Soaking all the way down, T7, T8, gaining motion, releasing tension, releasing regression, releasing any stuck energy there. T8, T9, T10, T11, T12, and pushing on through the lumbar spine. Thick gold energy. L1, L2, L3, building up speed, L4, L5. Bringing this intense healing.
So I'm just currently as well working on a future version of you a few days ahead of time. You have 4 different crown chakra potentials working against you, and these are, I'd say, programs. One of them's impatience, one of them's moving too fast, and I'm just currently counselling them and telling them what they're doing to you. It's not like it's chaos, it's major life ruining, but just this is stuff we all have. We all have different versions of us, and as Andrew talks about potentials in crown chakras, that's what they are. They are innately soul shards.
So this golden light has gone all the way down to the tailbone. It's expanding and realigning the tailbone. Then working its way back up. So tailbone, heart and brain are not disconnected. Realigning any distortions in the spine. Allowing the cranial sacral fluid to find new pathways that have been blocked off. Feeding your nervous system.
As I'm doing this, I can see, I saw with my own eyes a dragon flying. I've never seen that before. Like, I could see it in the physical, like its huge face just gliding across.
I'm getting the need to. We need to like kind of like build the energy, not be so quiet. Build it up, because it will respond much better to much more energy.
Yeah.
Go on then, Matty.
Okay, well, this is the beauty of light language. So I don't always just do exclusively light language, but I'm pretty good at it. So it's always nice to have someone who, you know, can come in to deliver these. But I've just got this huge download ready for my man here. So as you guys work on, I'm going to speak. It may take me a few minutes to do this, okay? But he needs this raising and lowering of energy. Bado ga abachik enge. Gaba ikchik enge betik uko akikechen. Sa kati chiko pakinge te katakilia he. Sa kwade te puchoye hem. Kapatengele. Nagi chikapaku. Sa katiku ungwa. Tiki ilemba chiku ungwa. Itik ingo ungu. Umba hachite te ila. Sa kiteko ungwa ritiku Upukum ichiku Gitiku ish. Bishko hembete koha. Dojata mare de betel sakatakatilie marhunga dichiku ohel sangari bitukum takachikele ma diku adichikele ma sikele ma katachil maripitele Murkuhali chikuana. Sangari bitikuhali. Shingele mahile. Mahwa. Umbari chitelia na makukung. Shangati kitela. Mardikela. Maharkela. Marwuhum. Sangari tichelam. Uhanata. Tangari bitikuhal. Sangari kipehela mahal. Tekelelelele. Gurk.
So as I'm doing this, I'm just picking up a lot of the 3D reality is out of sync with the spirit reality, and the 3D needs to be in balance with your spiritual side, as there's a part of you which is doing well but moving too fast, and there's a part of you which is going to have to learn to be in the moment, in the silence much more, and allowing yourself to be in the silence and being patient, experiencing void, experiencing nothingness. And I feel that what I'm picking up and trying to read what's going on with it is your 3D side needs to catch up with the spirituality side of you, and you need to start allowing yourself to be more human, slowing yourself down, doing more of the human stuff. And I think this is what I'm picking up with you. You've advanced a lot, a hell of a lot, but it's now time for the 3D and the grounded side of you to come forward more. How are you feeling as we're doing this, brother?
Oh wow, it's very active over here. The cracks and just the release, I could feel more space coming in, so to speak, within. So that feels really, really good. There were a couple tension points there over here on the left side that really, really snapped, almost like snapped and kind of let go of some things. I'm not sure if it was going down the back left leg or where it was going, but it felt like it was flowing. Lots of memories for sure. It was definitely more overwhelming at first. The first 5 minutes or so were very, very overwhelming, and it's settled a little bit. But Laura's light is so bright that it's really keeping me well in balance here. Because at times it really comes in very, very strong. And thank you for the light.
Yeah, that's what I talk about. He needs the up, the down, the difference in balance in energies like that. It's balancing them out beautifully, and the energy that was in the tailbone, the energy that was I get a feeling, Dale, this is like genius creation energy. He has a lot of potential here to create, but that energy was just percolating. I think that was the release that he felt, was movement of this energy into the auric field, not just being stored down there in the base chakra.
It's like dragon energy.
Yeah, creation, sexuality, inspiration.
Can I ask what your intimacy is like? What's your relationship like?
I was just talking about this a few days ago with Andrew. I was away. I was not engaging much for a while. I was just taking some time in, and I've recently started being more open and meeting people. So I definitely know it's something that needed to be considered more. And it was just shutting it out for a while, and I know I need to keep making more progress with that.
Did you ever declare yourself celibate?
An intention, yes.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't think I was at the time, but then I realized later on. Then I can unconsciously put it as part of my journey, which I've recently made intentions and work, even ceremonial work towards putting down, obviously. But maybe I just need to do more of that.
I'd highly recommend to set a ceremonial environment and have it the intention of finding someone, but having the intention of slowing down as well, and finding the sacredness in the 3D life, finding the sacredness in the slowing down process. And I feel that you're going to be starting to align a lot more, and I feel there's a lot of sexual tension within you wanting to be explored and to kind of like burst out. So setting that intention and slowing down have the intention of slowing your work down. It's not going to de-evolve you, it's going to evolve you. If you slow things down, the 3D life, meeting people, being aware that these programs in you or these versions of you are trying to move fast so forward that you're not ready to move that fast. And it's about being aware of those programs and shards as well. Maybe having a council session with the fuckers when you're doing the ceremony and just stating out there to them what they're doing to you. It's time for me to slow down. It's time for me to process my journey. It's time to be me to be more in the body in the 3D world. Because I think that's your expansion, is having the relationship, having the partner, being in that 3D groundedness in a relationship is going to expand you beyond. Because you're an incredible brother. You've got a lot of incredible energy, like Matty and Laura say. It's just now the 3D side is the focus.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And if you can learn to have those kinds of relationships again, specifically sexual relationships, and it doesn't always have to be sacred, man. Okay, it is okay to go out, find someone that you can have that temporary trust with, that can have that temporary trust with you, and have a good time. It's okay. It will do you good.
It's like riding the roller coaster.
Yeah.
Guys,
Oh,
why am I
motherfuckers.
seeing his light body feet are almost detached at the ankles? That's
That's
the
what I-
speed at
surgery.
which he's trying to move, isn't it? And his grounded
Yes.
feet are, but it's made. Yeah. Okay.
It's from
That's
the
what it
feet
is.
going into the spine, and
Right,
and
okay.
it's there's just and I think it's just the disalignment of what's going on and how fast he's moving. It's just causing just a disalignment. So we could do. Should we do some more work on that? That sounds like a good area, Laura, to expand on as well.
Absolutely. Okay.
So for the benefit of the people at home, when you see that I'm not as animated here, this is how it changes from person to person. You never know what's going to happen until you connect with their energies. So this was very different for me. So I've just basically what I've done is help to sanctify the sacred space, and I'm just adding energy and adding energy and adding energy. And as it's building and building and building, you've got Laura and Dale doing the surgery with me just almost feeding into this surgery, this light and this energy.
So I'm just going to increase some of that grounded light, as saying, and that unconditional love, omnipresence around you, so your light body feet don't escape. So we're going to ground you with that grounding light, joined with my light right deep down into Earth Mother, and align those feet.
And I'm going to now call to Asan's psychic surgeons within his lineage to assist us and come around him as well. Bimbo Wachia Loko Kale Kumba. We open this zone of trust for you to join us in this. And there's four different beings have stepped forward straight away saying, "Why? Thank you, been fucking waiting."
Can I just let them have their say for a minute?
Yeah, go.
Utakacha, dunkata chinke, katacha, gandachaka, uokiakinchache, chingala taka, chongaribaka, nongadata cha cha. I love these guys. These are the first people that came in when we started reading into his energy. They've got like a rattle.
Yeah.
Sha cha cha, u cha cha, no kata, cha naka, cha cha wa, waha. Beautiful. Excuse me.
Can you feel that grounding light, as saying, up your feet, up the meridians?
Yes.
Can you take that light to the base of your spine? and up your spine so we can bring this into alignment. And then take that light down into the earth. And bring all versions of yourself into this now sacred moment.
So one of your psychic surgeons is speaking and saying to take you to a void space. So I'd like you to envision yourself in this void space of nothingness and just feeling the point of acceptance through nothingness and being in the stillness of void. And just telling yourself, I'm now slowing down. I'm now allowing myself to perceive nothingness, the void space. And just feeling yourself being here in a place you can take yourself to whenever you need to slow down. And this is your own psychic surgery work you can use as well. And your progression is perceiving the nothingness.
Space between spaces is where the answers are.
How are you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling a lot of energy right now in the solar plexus area.
So I'd like you now
And
is to get a
it's
water
going.
hose and turn it on. So just envision yourself with a water hose, like one of those garden hoses. Just turn it on and it's just got this white energy coming out of it, crystalline energy. I'd like you to hose it. So hose the solar. What are you feeling when you're hosing this solar plexus?
It's like it's shaping it and it's rounding it up into like a nice, like even ball.
And you're clearing a block of creation energy as well. Matty, anything you're picking up as he's doing this?
Yeah, I'm just watching the sacrum come back into alignment as he's doing this. Oh, there.
Yeah, I could feel the
Yeah.
swirling front and back
Yeah.
here. Oh yeah.
There it is.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. It's like a warm feeling that was just like dripping down and
Yeah.
flowing down. Oh man, it's actually going up too.
Yeah.
Can you feel your cranial sacral rhythm in the base of your spine as well, so Hassan?
Yes, yes.
Good.
Right as you were mentioning, it started pulsating.
Yeah, because it's moving freer now, the spine's adjusted.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, now it's reverberating all over.
Yeah, you can see it now. It's like, woo! Pulsing. I'm pulsing now.
Oh yeah,
That's giving you a great healing.
yeah,
body
absolutely.
there.
Makes me want to fall asleep.
So Hassan, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to place your right hand on your heart. And I'd like you to ask it what's blocking it. And what's the first answer? Say that again, sorry.
He was asking the question.
So, sorry, man. Place your right hand on the heart and ask your heart a question of what's blocking it at the moment, what's trapped in the heart, and just giving us the loud answer.
What is blocking you? What is trapped in you? Danger.
Where does the danger come from? What are you afraid of?
The self.
You're afraid of progression? Your own genius?
I was showing like broken pots.
What does
Like
that
broken
mean?
flower plots. I don't know.
And where are these from? When did you create these?
Did you say flower pots?
I think so.
Yeah, like falling from a window. But a window that came up was, I remember having an incident with a cat that we were playing with by a window, and the cat fell down, and I'm not quite sure what happened to the cat, but that was what came up.
So why don't you two pick up that plant? We just sweep up all the soil. I want you to put that in one hand, and with the other hand I want you to pick up all of those pieces and throw them in the garbage. And then you're going to go outside and you're going to plant that in the ground, somewhere where it has plenty of sun, where it's not too overcrowded by other plants. And you're going to reach into your shaman's bag, which just appeared around your shoulder, and you're going to bring out the most sacred of waters. And you're going to pour some onto this plant. And then I want you to just see the plant in the soil, happy. The pot's all cleared away, no more broken pieces. The mess is cleared. The window's okay. The cat comes running out, meow, runs off. All is well. Machikawa, nahadikim, naha waha.
So what I'd like you now is to say out loud to your heart itself, I trust you.
I trust you.
I trust who I am.
I trust who I am.
I trust my ability
I trust my ability
to be great,
to be great,
to be wonderful,
to be wonderful.
and I allow my natural character to come out of me
And I allow my natural character to come out of me
as I pick up each piece of broken piece
as I pick up each piece of broken piece
and I put them back together again,
and I put them back together again,
because that's the power I have
because that's the power I have
and the greatness I have inside me.
and the greatness I have inside me.
I love you
I love you
and I trust you,
and I trust you.
and I now choose to slow down
And I now choose to slow down
and open myself to intimacy and love.
and open myself to intimacy and love.
All of these great things I am meant to experience as a human.
All of these great things I'm meant to experience as a human.
I have done the great work,
I have done the great work,
and I'm still doing the great work.
and I'm still doing the great work.
But now it's time for me to love
But now it's time for me to love
and learn the lessons of love,
and learn the lessons of love
so I can grow each day
so I can grow each day
with each sunrise
with each sunrise,
with each sunset.
with each sunset.
I now trust myself.
I now trust myself.
Aho.
Aho.
Wow.
Wow. What an incredible show.
That white light is really going powerfully into you now, saying you've done that yourself.
My hands are like, he's done, bitch. He's done.
Yeah.
You've done. He's done. You're done. No, I'm not saying anything else. It's all done.
Let's just wrap up. Let me just give him.
Okay, I'm going to disconnect the chakra lights and the white light. You're grounded, I'm grounded. Going to thank your ancestors. Going to thank the 7 directions, the 4 winds, your guides and guardians, angels, whole divine soup that is you. We're going to bless and close the sacred space, thanking the ancestors and the psychic surgeons and all energies present who co-created with this rebalancing, with this psychic surgery. We thank them when we close this sacred space. Aho.
Aho, mofos. Let's get it in the chat. Come on. You want to say?
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Zane.
No.
Thank you, Lynn.
So how are you? How was that for you processing this, Zane, and what was it like for you, brother?
Oh wow. Well, I feel like I'll be unpacking this for a while, for sure. No, it was magical. It was very, very safe. Once again, the energy and just the radiance from the light allowed me to just have a different perspective where I could journey there, but the light was keeping me here in my actual environment. So I never really felt like I was not in line with what was going on. It was just fantastic. Obviously, some of these energies that came on strong, especially the first few minutes when we started talking about some of these energies from the mother coming in, were definitely very overwhelming. Lots of conversations, lots of clarity about some of those moments that really allowed me to go back and really address them and take a look at that. So I really appreciate that. So that was definitely very, very, very deep in there, and it was just very. It was very anchored there. I just didn't realize how much it was anchored there. And once we started, once the energy started flowing, especially here, once we started opening this up, then I could just see it all starting to release there. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. Thank you.
Beautiful,
Thank you.
brother.
Thank you.
And that's something, again, from your psychic surgeons to use that void space and have it as part of your practice and toolbox now. Have you had a flotation tank before?
Yes.
Yes. How many have you had? Did you go to it regularly?
Yeah, I used to go quite regularly, and not, didn't miss a whole lot of months there. But it's been probably about 3 months or so, 3-4 months since I've gone. So I'm definitely due for one.
Yes. And regularly, you can use that void space energy to go into nothingness and slow down, see your future potentials, see where you're at. I feel, and what I was reading at the start, it just all comes to fruition towards the end. It's incredible. It's like an orchestra. It really is. It's really cool. How are we doing, Matty, Laura? How are we doing, guys? Wow.
Yeah, wow.
It's good fun.
Wow. I'd actually think this would be really good to do again.
Oh, I already have the next victim lined up.
Love it, yeah. I just think the combination works really well.
But it's very interesting for me because, Dale is very good at leading in his own unique way. And then I'm skirting around doing what I need to do, following Dale's lead. And I don't want to get too involved in other stuff, but then Laura, you just have this, you have got this, I don't have linguistics for the word because I don't want to make it sound airy-fairy.
Go on, you need to chop the salad, brother.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
A bit of kale for you, I'll give you a...
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But it's very interesting for me because,
Thank you.
you are adding a kind of light that is very different to mine and Dale's. Whereas mine and Dale's is more sort of, it's out there and it's going and it's going in and through. Whereas yours is like it's like a column, if that makes sense. Not a physical column, but a strong column that holds that light, that frequency, that maternal energy.
Yeah, it's grandmother light, I think.
Yes, it makes a massive difference. Yeah.
Good. Great.
So guys, and thank you everyone for watching as well. We will be back
And your
and do this at some point, and all the chat, everyone who has commented, we
Yeah,
really
thank you so
appreciate your
much.
feedback.
Lots of really lovely comments in there. And
And if you're watching in the future as well, drop us a like, subscribe, drop a comment in the YouTube algorithm, stick the middle fingers up to it as well. So Matty and Laura, how can people get hold of you if they'd like to experience this for themselves?
Go on, you go first, Laura.
Yes, sorry, twofeathersmedicine.com. So I do shamanic self-mastery and now psychic surgery and craniosacral therapy, but I prefer to do that on the couch than distant. So, but I do a sacred self-mastery course if anybody wants it, or just one-off sessions, and also on my Facebook page. And thanks everybody, and thank you very much, Lynn and Hussein, for coming on. I've learnt so much.
Thank you.
And thanks, bros, for sharing your space with me.
And thank you. And if Matty, how can people get hold of you, bro?
Okay, guys. So I do private sessions, which is basically very much what you've seen here. And then also I've got some. Sorry, I got brain fart then for a minute. And so you go ahead on to twofeathersmedicine.com, head on to the shop, and you'll see all the links. I've also got some products. I've only got about 10 on there at the moment, but they'll be going on there daily, which are 3 to 6 minute long videos of light language. And these are powerful tools to help you on your journey. So for things like depression, for things like removal of electronic energy, all different tools for different things that you may be going through. They're 15 Great British pounds each, and you can use them over and over again. And you've felt how powerful the light language can be. So, head on over to twofeathersmedicine.com and have a look around. It is under construction, the site. It's functioning perfectly fine, but it's just a little bit bare at the moment because we're just getting started. So please like and subscribe, guys. That makes a big difference to us. And share the videos as and when you can.
Incredible. And if anybody would like to have psychic surgery, soul surgery with myself, head on to daletobin.com where you'll find training dates as well. If you want to learn psychic surgery, I'm running, the next date will be at the start of next month for all of you people in America. It will be on the evening time, so it's available for you. So if you'd like to learn psychic surgery, drop me a message, drop me an email, and I can get you onto the next psychic surgery online course, and you can learn to be a practitioner yourself. If you'd like any sessions, drop me a message, or past life regression training or sessions as well. Can I just say it's again an honor, Laura and Matty, and Asan, Lynn, you're incredible. What a fucking show. Sorry if I get banned for saying that.
It was
But
absolutely.
what a cool show.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys. As I say, I think there's something we must do again. And get
Definitely.
some guests on again. Thanks, Lynn. It's great
Okay.
to have you on.
Thank you guys, and have a
Thank you,
great
guys.
day, evening, wherever you
Yes.
are in the world. Remember to love yourself and don't give up on yourself. Take care.
Aho, motherfucker.
Aho. Go on, you say it, Matty. Aho.
Motherfucker.
That's a t-shirt right there.
Yeah, it's going to have to be.
Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Take us away. Don't
Bye.
Joel.
Take us away.
Bye.
Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Take me
Thank you.
away.
Oh, Joel's there. Thanks, Joel. Love and light.
Healing comes in many forms, all the colors aligned. You are free as a dove when you choose, a sovereign state of being.
And allow this product to work with the 7 color chakras in our own energy system.
Meditations can trigger DNA wisdom and memories in light, out creating our limited chemical memories. So sit back, relax, as we take you on a journey of light and color.